Hi, how you doing? If you're into the aquarium hobby, then you enjoy this video. This video is not about this particular tank. This is a tank that I've been working on for a while, and I'm just growing out mollies, and I have a couple of select few other fish in here that I like, so to keep them safe, this is where they go. Just small fish. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a lot of little baby fry in there. And this is tank one. This tank is set up in a bathroom of a trailer, as you can see. Now, I tell you this because I'm going to talk about another setup. Another setup that has to do with another fish tank. And that would be this one. This fish tank, unlike the other one, which was a 40 breeder, this one is a 75 with a flower horn male and two baby bichers, Senegalus. Pan out, you can see that tank. There you go. Which will lead us to the next tank, which is also in a trailer. That tank, which has a whole bunch of rainbow fish and what have you, but I'm really just growing out a firemouth in that tank. But it has a bunch of other fish in there, just like a bunch of rainbows. Nothing major. Love that tank also. Which leads us to another tank, which is also in a trailer. And it'd be this tank. This is my nano tank. And in here I got some celestial pearl danios, some zebra danios. There's a whiptail in there. He's pretty awesome, actually. See if we can find him. He's pretty hard to find. But if you spot him, you tell me. Because there's a lot of spots for him to hide. And he's good at it. But as you can see, there's all kinds of little things and doodads in there. And we love this tank also, and it's its own little ecosystem. It works really well. It has its own self-feeding. It's got a little pop-up. You know, ecosystem. Fry in this one also. This also has a few pregnant mamas in there. So, the reason that I've brought all of you to this and to talk to you about this is because, as you can see, I'm pretty efficient in my aquascaping. Which brings us to this tank right there. Can you see it? Yep. Also in a trailer. That is about 180 gallons, about 188 gallons total water volume in a trailer. Yes, that is right. This is in a trailer. Doing just fine. Water level fine. And it has a pop-up, as you can see the two angelfish hanging out. Check them out. They're still hanging out in the pop-up. And then you go down and you see some convicts. Look at that. Jack Dempsey baby. And a Jack Dempsey mama. Bala shark. Yep. You see it. There's a zebra. Yep, you can see it. You can see them all coming up to the front of the glass. So if you know, you know. Yep, that's a Johanna. In there with a Jack Dempsey. And a convict. With a convict baby. And you'd say, well, Fawns, you've showed us all these tanks. You should know better tend to have those guys in such a habitat? And how would they get along with that peaceful fish right there? That guy doesn't seem to be. Look at them in the same. They're all getting along with that rope fish. So how do you get electric blue acara babies in with a Johanna, a zebra, yellow lab, and get along all together? Well, you first got to make sure that their habitat is large, with a lot of breaking of sites. And this is a very large tank. But then there's a little dip. See, check this out. You got to go up, and then you travel across. And then what you have in here is another part of the vivarium where there's other fish. And if you look down in there, they didn't choose this tank to breed in. So what we're about to have is about a bunch of electric blue acar. See mom and dad there all masked up in their breeding mask. And this habitat is great for baby fry. And for the mom and dad to successfully raise them in that. You got the problem is that tube right there going into this 150 water volume is easy access. How do I block that off and keep the fry and the mama together? I am not a YouTuber. I am just an aquarist who enjoys the hobby. I'm not looking for any kind of follow me or like and subscribe. Don't really care. Oh, and by the way, this whole monstrosity is also ran by a sump. Down there is a sump, 30-gallon sump, also with a a Fluval 407 on this side here, and a small Fluval over here running in that tank. This tank also has a separate heater. This tank has 2 heaters and all kinds of stuff going on underneath. So it works together. Usually you would concern yourself with stagnant water here. I'm not exactly sure, but if you put like a power head here and pushing it up, it will push water through to this tank and allow that stagnant water not to sit. So that is our next endeavor, is to get some sort of flowing going in here. So far it's not a bad issue. Another thing we have to deal with is that this right there has the sun coming in directly on it, so you'll probably end up with a large amount of algae buildup. And to fix that, you probably have to put some sort of, let me get my finger out the way, put some sort of blackness over that, like a towel or something, to let the algae die off eventually. That may be a problem, but this is one large vivarium. This is, for me, this is my vivarium. So thanks for checking it out. If you have any ideas on some of the issues you see that I've mentioned, please help me out. Looking for help. Ferret Fawns, out.